Now we have.
Well, wonderful. Good to see you, Bruce.
Hot microphone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, folks. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on beautiful Wabash Catch TV on a beautiful Monday morning.
I tell you what.
It is a
I love Mondays. I do.
Do you?
I'm fond of Mondays.
Why do you love Mondays so?
Because it's just a start to a new week. A new...
That's such a good one. That's when your columns typically are appearing now.
Monday or Thursday. It just depends on when I decide to write one.
Depending on when you feel like writing. Ladies and gentlemen, look who's here. It is the roving editor of the Wayne County Press, Len Wells. That I did get the thing right? Roving editor.
Sure, that's good enough for me.
I gotta say, isn't that your job?
That's my title. I even have it on a press card that I stick in my hat, just like the old days, you know.
You do. Do you still have a fedora?
I wish I had one. I don't have one. You can loan it to me sometime.
It's too big for you.
How do you have got a fat head?
I got a jug head.
Oh, you do not.
I got a big jug head.
Oh, whatever. But no, I don't have a fedora. I got
7 and 5/8, 7.5.
That's I think I wear a 7 1/4.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, see, you've been cutting your hair close.
That's true.
It's you no longer have the gigantic mane.
Like I used to have. I used to have.
You used to have. Me too.
Had a curly perm one time. That was a brief period of time in my life. Lasted less than a week. Curly perm.
Did you really?
I'll tell that story because it's a great story. I had a curly perm, and I was really proud of it.
I can tell. We'll get to the curly perm story in just a moment.
It's a great one.
I mean, because this is the time of the show. Folks, along with the voluminous...
Both of your viewers.
That's hurtful.
Well, your mom and who else?
Oh, Mom's not watching.
She's smart. I'm just kidding.
Mom's she is smart.
We've got thousands of viewers this morning.
Mom doesn't. Mom lives in the part of the country, as do you. The part of Southern Illinois
that doesn't pick up the Wabash.
Wabash.
But you can get it on the WWW.
You can get it on the YouTubers. You can get it on the well, I'm not sure you can get it on Facebook, but you can link to the YouTube on Facebook.
Sure.
I'll link it on Facebook.
That's because you've got a famous person this morning.
Exactly right. Exactly right. A famous person who used to have a perm.
Who used to have a curly perm, and I was very proud of it at the time.
Had a perm.
I was talked into getting it.
Let's talk about community events here on this beautiful Monday, October 9th. You realize this is...
we're in the midst of fall, but go ahead.
It has begun. We're almost 3 weeks into fall, and I found nothing on Monday, folks. I've got nothing on Monday. I've got 2 items on Tuesday, but I will talk about those.
Let's do.
Will that work?
Sure.
Food distribution on Tuesday at the Gospel Lighthouse Church in Odin, Illinois. Thank you very much for that. The Helping Hands Ministry at the Gospel Lighthouse Church in Odin will have a drive-through the people.
Drive through the people.
Where are the people? You had the church. You did the steeple.
People here's the churches and all the peoples.
There you go. There, yeah, that's exactly.
A drive through the sermon or something. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Food thing.
The drive-through food distribution.
Okay. That's great.
From 10 o'clock till noon. That's tomorrow. That's Tuesday.
That'll be fun. Not fun, but it'll help a lot of people.
Help folks.
Very
out
helpful
over there in Odin. They do a nice job. Also on Tuesday, October 10th from 7:30 until 9 p.m. over at the City Hope Church in Centralia. It'll be a Centralia community concert and jazz band will be performing. You were doing the jazz hands.
No, I was doing the praise band.
Oh, you're doing praise?
Yeah, the praise
band. This is jazz.
Jazz.
Entirely different.
So is this jazzy praising and praising jazzy? Or is this jazz?
I got to tell you.
This is jazz.
I have not really heard a whole lot of jazzy praise music.
There should be, because that gives you happy feet. It really does.
It does that. You'll hear occasional fast-paced praise music, but you don't typically hear jazz.
Well, you should.
In a praise. Jazz is like...
You could praise the Lord with jazz. I think that's great.
I agree with you. It's maybe
I'm going to write a jazz gospel song. That's what I'll do.
Well, that's
something rather jazzy.
Well, what are you going to name
it? I don't know yet.
Depends what hits your feet.
It hits my gives me happy feet.
What it gives you happy. Back to October 9th, ladies and gentlemen. This is, it is This is a big day.
I like big
This
ones.
is a
You know that,
huge day.
don't you, Bruce?
I do know that
I
you
love
like
big
big.
ones.
This is a big one. This is National Moldy Cheese Day. Do you like cheese, Lynn?
I've cut it from time to time. Yes, because I love my cheddar sharp.
A cheesemonger is a person who specializes in cheese, butter, and other dairy products. They may take umbrage at an ordinary person's offense to moldy cheese, but depending on
Just
the type
don't eat the
of
mold.
course, some cheese molds, red or brown tinge, for example, are offensive. However, toss the bacteria-contaminated moldy cheeses in the garbage quickly. Wait a minute.
What are you talking about? You say it's bad now?
You don't want the bacteria ones. You want the ones with the gray, blue, or green color.
Those are good.
And move those in. Put those in the fridge.
And eat them?
Yes.
I don't want to eat. I understand that you couldn't have cheese without mold, right?
No, you could not have cheese without mold. That's correct.
But that just doesn't look good. Was that blue cheese there?
You don't like that?
Is that crumbly?
I thought you liked blue cheese.
I like a blue cheese, but that just looks dreadful.
What are you talking
It
about?
does. It looks dreadful.
That's blue cheese.
Well, it's still. Yeah, I like blue cheese crumbled on my salad. Don't you?
Cheese such as Maytag Blue, Roquefort.
Maytag blue come out of a washing
What?
machine. What are you talking about?
The one there on the left looks like the color of Maytag. That's Maytag's color.
Maytag is a white washing machine. What are you talking about?
Oh, Maytag's blue, the color of the Maytag repairman. You've got a Maytag
now I got
blue.
you. I got you. Okay, I'll go with that.
See, that's kind of bluish there,
That
too.
looks green to me. But I don't know.
Wow.
It looks like it looks like a disease. I'm sorry. If you're gonna, give me something fresh.
Moldy cheese gets such colorful phrases. For example, the fuzzy mold on a wheel of fresh brie is called cat's fur. Bloomy rind cheeses take some careful maintenance, however, and the results are satisfying. Isn't the best food a bit of a science experiment anyway?
No.
Gorgonzola cheese is made from 3 different kinds of mold spores.
Oh dear.
Are you a Gorgonzola fan?
Gorgonzola. Wasn't he a defensive lineman or something for the Bears?
No, he didn't play for the Bears.
Bobby Gorgonzola.
Bobby, no, he was. We're running back. They've been celebrating National Moldy Cheese Day for
Moldy Cheese Day.
numerous.
Have you ever cut moldy cheese with
Sure.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
Oh, he makes the thing gives you a whole new
Makes you give back things you never took.
whole new outlook on life. What else is going on
Got to
today?
have some good wine with that. You got to have a good white wine, a good sharp white dry
now
wine.
that's the thing.
I got to
that
have a
is
dry white wine.
Terrifically popular these days is
Is?
the charcuterie boards. When you go to the fancy
Which is a terrible
restaurants.
word, charcuterie.
It can be
Doesn't that sound like something that you'd go to the doctor for?
it can be butchered.
Yeah, I butchered it. It's hard for me to pronounce.
Like the dude on
Charcuterie.
Did you? You probably didn't watch the NFL the show this summer.
Did they have a No, did they have a charcuterie
The
board
guy,
there?
the guy got famous. It's the Hard Knocks, the show they show training.
Yes.
And one of the guys from the Jets, the defensive lineman, he says, "Oh, his wife loves when he takes her out to restaurants, and he says, I don't know, we get charcuterie, boards." We got all this charcuterie.
Hoochie-coochie boards. Hoochie-coochie boards.
The charcuterie.
I like that.
So yeah, that is now his.
Oh,
he's
gosh.
trademarked it. And
That's
I
great.
think he's selling T-shirts with about charcuterie.
I love my
boards.
charcuterie.
What else is going on today, ladies
Yeah,
and
we
gentlemen?
need to stay a little further away from that.
October 9th, the second today.
Oh,
the
Native American Day.
Second Monday in October is Native American Day, also known as occasionally Native American Heritage Day, also Indigenous Peoples Day.
Wasn't there a great scene in the movie?
You're going to have to really narrow it down.
Oh, that was
I've seen a lot of cowboy and Indians movies. And
yeah, but this was, they said, "Hi, how are you?" in the scene.
Blazing Saddles.
Thank you, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
The guy was pretending to be a Native American, and he really wasn't.
that was Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks was playing the chief.
That wasn't I, but it is Native American.
Mel Brooks was playing the chief.
That's
in,
right.
in Blazing Saddles.
I just remembered that.
He started doing Hebrew to him.
Because he is a Jewish fellow.
Because he's a Jewish fella.
Oh, that was a great movie. Yeah,
that's
well, I need to move on.
The South Dakota legislature unanimously passed legislature proposing 1990 be the year of reconciliation.
Well, that we should do that.
Yeah, that was
Illinois
30
just
years
passed
ago.
a law that, seriously, they passed a law to return Native American artifacts back to bury them where they came from.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna
Because
say,
I guess there are several museums, and not museums, but research facilities and universities that have a lot of Native American artifacts.
there certainly
and
are.
they said,
University of Illinois has a ton.
let's take them back and rebury them.
In 2021, President Joseph Biden issued the first presidential proclamation for National Indigenous People Day.
Well, they were here way before us.
Replacing, ladies and gentlemen, Columbus Day.
As well, they should.
Well, yeah, Columbus was he
was an Italian, wasn't he?
That's what. Yeah, he was Italian originally, but he was he sailed for Spain.
He did. Yeah, that's right.
When he
Played for Spain.
Played for Spain as an Italian. Yeah, so the Columbus Day is the second Monday in October as well. And here are where, look at this. This is just how crazy it is. Some places observe Columbus Day. Some places observe Indigenous Peoples Day.
Well, I can see South Dakota and New Mexico doing Indigenous People Day.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense. I'm
Illinois.
surprised Oklahoma hasn't really picked a side on that.
Well, they're ultra conservative down there, and they just probably don't.
I'm not sure who
they moved the Indians
Is
around a lot.
Cabrini Day about Mother Cabrini? That may be what Colorado is doing to make sure to assuage the Italian folks who got
It could
ticked
be.
whenever they tried to take out Columbus.
Wasn't
Day.
there a big housing project in Chicago, Cabrini Green?
Yes, there was. That was about Mother Cabrini as well,
Yeah.
or named after Mother. It no longer is in existence.
Wow.
The Cabrini.
I think down in Cairo they have Father Can Care Less Day or something.
I'm not sure that was in Cairo or where that was.
Cape Girardeau, perhaps.
Colorado first observed Columbus Day in 1906, became an official state holiday, became a federal holiday in 1937. Many instances of people observing Columbus voyages exist all the way back into the 1790s and before. President Benjamin Harrison called upon the people of the United States to join in the celebration on the 400th anniversary of the event in 1892, and that's when they had the Columbus or the exposition in Chicago.
Do you remember the famous?
The Columbian I have a tuba.
You have a tuba made by an Indian?
I have
or
a
something?
tuba based on the tuba built for the Columbian Exposition.
Really? Well, isn't that special? Does it have
not
moldy
really.
cheese on it or anything?
Huh?
Does it have moldy cheese
Got
on it?
dust on it right
Dust
now.
on it,
It kind of quit playing well.
Wow.
So I haven't fixed it.
Do you remember the infamous former Sheriff Jerry Jocelyn?
I remember,
Native American line?
I remember former Sheriff Jerry Jocelyn.
Nice guy, really nice fellow.
Wonderful person.
And-
I wouldn't call him infamous.
No, not at all. But he introduced Brian Rawls. You remember Trooper Brian Rawls?
Yes, I do remember.
He's a nice fellow, Trooper Rawls is. I think he's now in investigations now, I believe.
He is still a policeman, I believe.
And he's
but
an
You never
investigator.
see him wearing the trooper uniform.
No, he is now a plainclothes detective, but Jerry Jocelyn, the sheriff, introduced him. He's a full-blooded Choctaw Indian, I believe.
Okay.
Sheriff Jocelyn introduced him to me as a full-blooded Hacksaw Indian once. I'll never forget that. Jerry thought it was pretty funny at the time. I don't think the officer did. But
Brian's a nice guy.
he really is. He is a good guy, and I think he took it well. He really did.
That's good. High school sports, folks, what do you want to see tonight?
I like Biggins.
We got high school volleyball this evening. Edwards County is at Fairfield. Had Fairfield Lady Mules last night. They beat
Really?
Hamilton County. We've got
I
two
was
more
in
times.
Hamilton County last night. That's actually a couple of nights ago. I was in Hamilton County. Go ahead.
This will be Edwards County Lady Lions at Fairfield. That'll be on Catch TV 100. Also, tomorrow night, high school volleyball, Newton is at Teutopolis, and that'll be, I believe, on Channel 99. On Monday, that's tonight. Major League Baseball, Philadelphia Phillies at Atlanta. That is at 5 p.m., and the Diamondbacks will be at the Dodgers at 8. NFL football, your Packers.
Packers.
The Packers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. All that going on this evening.
Oh, the
That's
Raiders,
on,
the Raiders will win that.
ESPN Channel
Don't stay.
601.
Raiders will win that, won't they?
That's, no, Packers probably.
Packers will just pack right on over them.
I have difficulty. I have to tell you a story about that.
Well, probably off the air.
Probably off the air is for the best. Be right back after these words, folks. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chapman's Furniture has the best prices every day. You can find them open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and located at 210, 300, and 306 West Main Street in Salem. Chapman's features a full line of furniture, including Ashley Furniture, bedding by Sealy and Bimco, and the largest selection of rugs in Southern Illinois. They have a huge selection of recliners, including lift and power, and wallpaper and border in stock at closeout prices. Call 618-548-2221 for the best price around.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Good
I'm
friend,
just so happy to be here.
Lynn Wells is here, the Wayne County Press Roving editor.
I want to thank you again for putting me up at the hotel last night, Sunday night, because I got to sit around and watch football and the Sunday night football in my motel room and then get here on time today. Thank you.
That was cool. Did you?
And they had the little stock mini bar. Very nice.
So you blew through the mini bar.
I blew through the mini bar before the game ever started. I slept through the first four innings of the football game.
Who won the game?
I have no idea.
It's San Francisco versus the Cowboys last night.
Probably San Francisco for sure. I don't know. I don't like the Cowboys. Never have.
Do you not like the Cowboys?
I like Cowboys, but I don't like Cowboys, the football.
How
Cowboys.
come you don't like the Dallas
I just
Cowboys?
don't like them.
I don't either.
I don't like the coach.
I don't either. Well, no, I don't care about
I was glad to see
the coach is fine.
I was glad to see cheating Bill Belichick got beat this past Sunday. His team.
I am always
Wasn't
glad.
that cheating Bill?
It's cheating Bill Belichick.
Yeah, he got beat again, and that's a good thing.
He's every game he wins, he's just adding another to his record total.
Oh, I know.
Of wins.
Well, that's all right too. He needs to go to the rest home.
Well, there's all kinds of.
What do we want to talk about?
I've thought of that. I've thought that for 25 years. Don't bring bring up Bill Belichick
Yeah, I
and
don't wanna
expect
get
me
you
to stay
upset.
calm. Good grief.
Please don't. Please. Let's move on to something
I'll
else.
try. Thank you. Let's move on to something more pleasant. Tell me what's going on in Carmi.
So this past Wednesday night.
Okay, I'm going to switch cameras, by the way. So
Okay,
we're
which
switch
is this
to
one
that
here? Okay.
yeah.
So last Wednesday night there were 2 grade school kids out playing in the woods.
Okay.
On the north end of Carmi.
North end of Carmi.
Actually, Stewart Street.
So you're on
on Stewart Street.
Okay.
You like your
out
head
there near that cemetery.
Yeah, you're headed toward the cemetery. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, they were playing in the woods out there, and there was a little shed in the woods, and they say, "I wonder what's in the shed." And open the shed, and there's a dead guy in there. DRT, dead right there.
Dead right there.
Dead right
Well,
there.
So was it like the Stephen King?
It was worse than that.
Novella, where on Stand By Me. You remember the movie
I don't
Stand
remember
By
that.
Me?
No, I do not.
That's where the kids. You want to see a dead body?
Okay.
And they go walking through the country and they go see the dead body.
Well, this was kind of like that. They opened the door, and there are human remains. And I mean, remains. This is not like, there's Roy there laying. But no, this guy was
Had been dead for a while.
Months.
Do they know who it was?
They do not. They do not. They might, but they did not. Wednesday night, they did not because there were no missing persons.
When did this happen?
This past Wednesday night, about 7 o'clock. These kids
Okay.
found them, and so.
Much more pleasant.
Oh my goodness! Well, anyway, the fact do remain: the guy had been dead. The guy, I call him a guy because I don't know. They couldn't even determine a gender, but he was skeletal from the waist down and was intact somewhat from waist up. And so Friday morning, the coroner, Chris Marsh, transported the remains to Champaign for an autopsy and recovery of DNA. Now, last Thursday night, a lady came forward in Carmi and said, "I haven't seen my dad in months." Okay?
She had not reported
She had not,
it?
no, she said, I just saw you found this body, but I haven't seen my dad in months. I'm wondering if it might be him.
So there was a lead.
There is a lead, so they took DNA from the lady and then DNA from the decedent, and they're hoping to get a familial match and would be able to identify him from her DNA.
Well, that's something.
But I talked to Coroner Marsh on Friday morning, as a matter of fact, and he did not think at this point that there was foul play involved. But you can't tell until you do X-rays.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it might have been.
But he was in a shed.
People wander off.
He could have been a squatter. I don't know. Seriously.
That's what could have
But
been.
it's still a mystery. It's still a
Could
mystery.
have been a person, dementia. Type
Sure,
of thing.
could be anything. But I'm hoping that there's nothing sinister other than the poor gentleman or lady, whatever.
How old were the kids?
Kids were grade schoolers, like fourth graders, I do believe. I mean, it was like, in fact, the coroner told me Friday morning that one of the 2 kids was having a real tough time with this
Oh,
and
I'm sorry to hear that.
had to speak to a counselor.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I mean, really. So that was kind of
Understandable.
freaky because it was like right out of a movie freaky.
well. That's not what happened in Stand By Me.
No, I don't know. I didn't see that movie.
Actually,
I'm
they
sorry.
did kind of. You saw Stand By
I
Me.
don't remember it if I did.
You didn't see Stand By Me? It was one of the most popular movies
It was
of the
a
1980s.
great song, but I don't know. I don't remember it.
It was.
I know it's Halloweeny, but I didn't watch
It's
stuff.
not Halloween.
What's a
It's-
dead body you're talking about? Cheebo, Nebo geezers.
It's a.
Want to see a dead body?
That's actually what it is. He's He's a classmate.
And they went and showed him one.
Huh?
They went and found one and showed it.
No, that's the dead body is a classmate. It really is. It's actually a very good
I will
movie.
have to go rent it or
It's not a
something.
horror movie.
Well, I'll go see it. But
I mean, it's not like they show the body over and over and over. Or something.
Okay, all right.
It's a movie about a journey. The kids basically grow up through the hike, the two-day hike to go see the body.
Well, isn't that something? Well, no, I don't remember the movie. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, I guess you don't remember the movie.
I
can't
do
believe
not have no clue what you're talking
You know,
about.
that's the thing. As one gets older, you remember things that you think everybody else should remember too.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm mid-50s. This thing came out when I was 18, maybe. 20.
I remember the name, but that's it.
But,
So I'm
but yeah,
sorry.
I was also, that was when you're sitting around, before video games, really, and you're sitting around watching HBO if you had the chance.
If you had the chance,
I spent 8 years watching HBO from high school to college.
you were a lucky man.
I feel very fortunate.
But anyway, that's the big mystery that's going on in Carmi right now. It's kind of a mystery, and it is. I mean, it's sad, and I hope they're able to clear the case rather quickly. But something Coroner Marsh said that people don't understand. It's not going to be a quick discovery because DNA does not work like it does on TV.
No.
It doesn't work in a day. It doesn't work in 8 hours. It works in weeks.
Well, that's
in reality.
Which actually brings us to what we're going to I was just going to mention it next. But, on Thursday night, there was a big Dateline special
Yes.
on Megan Nichols.
Megan Nichols.
Speaking of DNA.
Yes.
And that took months and months.
Oh, man, it took months and months and months. And it was Mr. Murbarger's downfall.
We will get to that here in just a minute. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got Lynn Wells there. We've got all kinds of fun. Actually, we're talking about interesting stuff.
Well, dead bodies and murders, and heinous perpetrators and things of that nature.
We're gonna
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's not even a lighter look at the news.
No, it's not. A lighter look at the
a way to
news.
put this.
I'll figure something out. You mean you would like me to come up with something lighter before we close this show out? Is that what you're talking
I've got the possum story.
Oh, that's right. We'll do the possum story. And I will not even attempt to top that with my story. I won't.
Yeah, please do not.
I will not.
I don't want to hear your story
No,
on television. The other story.
No,
But
not going to.
I can tell you the possum story. We'll be back in just a minute, folks. Stick around.
Hi, my name is Landon Carter, and I'm a financial consultant at Benjamin F. Edwards in Florida. Whether you're planning to send a loved one to school, preparing for retirement, or passing your wealth to the next generation, we have the knowledge and perspective to implement financial strategies that will help you move smoothly through life's transitions. Here at Edwards, our clients know that we are fully invested in their financial future. To find out more, Cole Duke and I invite you to give us a call at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Oh, God.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey.
You're right. I couldn't top that in a million years. Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back, folks. It is Lynn Wells is here.
I'm happy to be here.
By the way, folks want to get a hold of you and tell you stories and stuff. I know you just got somebody calling while you were here on the show.
I did.
Do you get a hold of you at the Wayne County Press? Is that the best way?
Yeah, they'll contact me. Yeah, they'll usually send me their number and contact. I just don't.
Yeah,
generally don't put my number out, but call the press, so they will get a hold of me, and I will get right back with you.
618-842-2662.
2662. If that's not it, it should be.
Yeah, I think
that might be the sheriff's department. I don't know.
2662 or 2626.
2662.
I think
5440 or fight.
That's.
Speaking of numbers, I saw something that I felt was a bit dreadful.
I'm telling you, that's all we need is more dreadful stuff to talk about.
I mean, it wasn't
Thank
like
you so much.
I'll wait, because you've got a great story. I want to hear yours.
You want to hear this one? We just teased the whole Ladies and gentlemen, the last thing you want to hear. I got texted to me last night. It's one of the least, the last things you want to hear. The text, "Hey Bruce, I hear Fairfield's on Dateline tonight."
That's not funny, but
That's the worst thing you want to hear.
Well, that or Mr. Jones, 60 Minutes is at the door. Yeah, you don't want to hear that either.
This is Mike Wallace from
Mike
60
Wallace
Minutes.
for 60 Minutes. You got a couple of minutes? You don't want that either.
No.
But no, Thursday night at 9 p.m. on NBC Dateline, they had the story of the Megan Nichols story.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We've talked about it a lot. Anyway, it was a 1-hour special, and that went so fast. I mean, that episode went.
They did the whole thing on the whole hour.
One whole hour. Yeah, it went.
I heard it was terrifically well done.
Well, the producers just did a fabulous job, and they did a lot of video that they did some drone video, and they interviewed people that they interviewed Chief Colclasure. They interviewed the FBI agent who was really involved in this case, and they're hard to pin down to get somebody to talk to you on the record. Yeah, the FBI. They had an FBI agent, Colclasure. They had Megan's mother. She did a terrific job, and with such a terrible, horrible story, but she did a great job, I thought. And
they told the story, from what I'm told, in a straightforward, pretty much right on matter, didn't they?
Yeah, and it turned out that it was described more as anything as a love triangle.
Yeah, we're not going to rehash.
No. But I was very well produced, and it took it from the night she went missing in July. What was it, 2014, and then the recovery or the discovery of her body in 17.
Late 17.
Late 17, like day after Christmas, something I believe it was.
28th.
And a couple of days after Christmas, and they had an interview with Mr. Vaughn, who discovered the remains. And
Carl, they had Carl on TV?
Carl was on TV, and he said, "I saw it right there," and he knew immediately.
Did they go out to the site?
Absolutely did, and he pointed exactly where he saw something shiny and reflecting, and then it turned out it was some skeletal remains poking out of a blanket, and he was very graphic about it.
Well, I mean, it was very graphic.
Yeah, the whole thing was very graphic, and so anyway, that led into a deeper investigation that eventually led to Mr. Murbarger's arrest.
Brody Murbarger's arrest and conviction.
And sentencing to 50 years behind bars.
And they don't do this probably unless you get a conviction, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't do a story like this on a network TV unless the person was still missing, or there were some. It has to be really bizarre for them to do something before a conviction. But he's convicted. He's sentenced. Now there is an appeal pending, although the appeal hasn't been written and filed yet, but it is pending.
Yeah.
There is an appeal in the works, we'll say.
So,
and he has an appellate defender. I mean, he no longer has a private attorney. That's after a post-conviction, he has an appellate defender who writes this appeal.
Provided by the state.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, there's an appeal. Hasn't been filed yet, but it's pending.
Well, there you go. Other police news of recent vintage in Wayne County. They
Mr.
settled
Titzer?
the lawsuit.
Justin Titzer was a Fairfield City police officer who was fired after he encouraged a victim of he
would say informed.
Informed. Anyway, this lady allegedly got struck in the throat with a flashlight by one of the Fairfield officers. Officer Titzer reported it. The lady filed a complaint, and nothing seemed to happen. So Officer Titzer suggested she file a complaint. She did, and it was investigated, and then he turned it over to the FBI. And anyway, so he got fired for
whistleblower.
He called himself a whistleblower, but the police claimed he went outside the chain of command to report something, and so they fired him, and he sued. He sued a wrongful termination lawsuit in federal court, U.S. District Court in St. Louis, East St. Louis, I'm sorry. And after about a year, what is interesting, the week before this settled, the City of Fairfield attorneys filed a motion for a summary judgment, asking that the whole case be thrown out.
Yeah.
And they gave their reasons why it should be thrown out. He didn't prove this, he didn't prove that. Throw it out. So I reported that And then the next issue, the very next issue, it was settled out of court during a mandatory mediation session in St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, with a mediator. So the city of Fairfield, through their attorneys, made Officer Titzer an offer, and he took it, $295,000, with the city of Fairfield paying, I think, $106,000 of that. So
Insurance, I guess, pays the rest.
insurance paid the bulk of the $295,000 minus the 106.
So that's over with.
That's over with. That case is closed.
The fascinating thing to me is though, usually in my recollection, when you have these kind of settlements, there's a non-disclosure agreement.
The only thing that was in the settlement agreement was there was a non-disparaging.
Instead of non-disclosure, it's non-disparage.
Non-disparaging. He couldn't say anything hateful and ugly about the city of Fairfield, which he did not. When I interviewed Officer Titzer, he said, "I wish them nothing but the best. I just want to move on with my life." That's non-disparaging, certainly, but there was no non-disclosure on the settlement, and he has, of course, since moved on, is now a full-time Edwards County Sheriff's Deputy.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, let's liven the mood.
Oh yes,
I've got something alive.
I love something funny. Well, not funny, but this isn't another dead person, is it?
No.
Are you sure?
Entirely alive.
Okay, good.
Entirely alive.
Okay.
You want your big talk for Bruce Dickey back in a sec. You got to learn how to say my name, Lynn. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, "Together, we're going to rebuild." Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Lynn, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for putting me up at the hotel and the $200 stipend. I appreciate it.
Well,
the company. I'm sorry. Thank the company.
Well, you got to use something to buy, to pay.
Talent.
To feed into.
Talent fee.
Well, you needed something to feed into the state machines,
I haven't done that in a long time.
Since that problem.
Gamblers Anonymous.
By the way, did anybody win, speaking of that, did anybody win the Powerball last
night? They did not. I bought it.
It's going to be $2 billion.
Well, it's well over $1 billion now. I know that much. We bought a ticket in St. Louis, actually, a few days ago, and I'm hoping buying it out of state might help, because nobody around here wins anything.
I don't know if we... Dodie had one thing to do yesterday, was
buy a ticket.
And I don't
you think she's done it?
Well,
I'll call her up after.
I mean, if it didn't win, I hope she didn't do it.
Well, that's true. Then you'll save yourself $5.
Is it that much?
I think they're $5 a piece.
Well, it's $2.
I don't know. Maybe they
Maybe your missus is telling you it's $5. No, hon, they're $5 a throw.
give me a $20 bill.
I'll get you 4 tickets.
Now I know how. That's why my savings keep dwindling.
Interesting night last night. You were on.
I need a good story.
Interesting night last night. Sunday night football's on. Everybody's having a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
We had been. We have occasion to stay a few days at a little ranch place. Then.
Oh yes,
we were out there for a few days.
Beautiful, beautiful location.
And we came back a couple of days ago, so we're moved into the house. We stay in the house the night before last, right?
Sure.
And everything's going fine. And about 2 weeks, my wife has been letting this new cat in to the house, a stray, a feral cat.
Well,
She's been letting a feral cat into the house.
I'll need to talk to her about that.
We should talk to her.
Sure.
But the cat's as nice as can be.
That's all that counts.
And
no allergies.
So I said about a week and a half ago, I noticed that the bread basket had somebody was poking into the bread.
I mean through the
plastic,
wrapper, through the wrapper,
the wrapper into the bread.
So you blame the cat.
So I blame that doggone new feral cat.
Well, they'll eat anything.
They will eat anything. Last night I was proven wrong.
Ooh. Oh no, this does not sound good. This does not sound good.
Last night I was proven wrong. As I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you've and I'm so glad you're here because I couldn't really tell this story on the show. Unless I was talking to somebody who comes in with no preparation whatsoever.
Oh, I have
just like me.
No show prep. No show prep.
Last night, ladies and gentlemen, I had we were I was in the bathroom putting the soap up or something like that.
Sure.
Dodie was fiddling around
picking
the kitchen,
your nose hairs or
doing
what?
something. Dodie was fiddling around the kitchen, like putting crap in the fridge or something like that. And all of a sudden, there, Bruce.
Something's on the charcuterie board. We got a problem with the charcuterie board.
And I said, what? Bruce, get in here now.
This does not sound good.
These are things you don't want to hear.
No, you don't.
Just like you don't want to hear, hey, Fairfield's on Dateline tonight. you don't want to hear that.
No.
You don't want to hear.
Because it's not going to be a good happy. It's got to be happy news.
This is Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes.
You don't want to hear that either.
You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear, hey, Bruce.
Get in here.
Get in here now. I should have transferred this over. If I known I was going to tell this story, I would have transferred this over. But we had an interesting. You
had a visitor or something?
An interesting visitor sitting in the bread box, proving that it wasn't the cat. And I'd never heard of a cat actually attacking stuff, attacking bread.
Is that what I think it is?
That is what you think.
In the house? That's a possum.
That's a possum in the house. Yeah, there he is.
In the bread box.
In the bread box.
Is he alive?
He's alive.
And eating.
And eating.
A possum.
A possum. Well, he wasn't eating at the time. I think he was probably pretty full at that point.
In the house.
So.
I've never had a possum in it. Maybe in the basement, or not the basement, but the crawl space or something.
So we have a possum in the house.
There's got to be a song in that somewhere.
There's a possum in the bread box. Let him out.
Possum in the bread.
So we got a possum in the bread.
So how do you deal with that?
How do you? That's the first thing that crossed my mind.
Well, I think I know what I'd do.
What would you do?
Put on a pair of gloves, grab him, and throw him out the back door.
I went walking. I walked in the kitchen. I saw the possum. I turned around. I was heading to the closet to go get my jacket and gloves because I didn't want him climbing up and maybe bite my arm.
Boy, yeah, and getting rabies or something.
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna grab the bread basket, take it to the door, and throw it all.
The whole thing out.
Throw
bread and everything.
Bread and everything.
That's what I'd have done.
That's not exactly what happened. Dodie says, "No, you can't do that. That's not what we're doing. He'll get away."
Well, I'd hope. He'll
get away inside the house.
Oh, well, no, you don't want that
She
either.
didn't want him getting away. So we put a little thought into it. We got to bet.
So he was just sitting there eating like he had good sense.
He was napping at this point.
Well, he was playing possum.
He was kind of playing possum.
Outrageous.
We determined that how he had entered the house, which
Kind of like Brody Murbarger through a window.
through a window. But he instead of like
That
Brody,
wasn't nice of me to say that.
I mean, he didn't raise the sash.
But that was already open. There was
No, the window wasn't open. The screen was there. But the screen was right next to the bread box. And the windows were open for the last week and a half or 2 weeks.
Because of nice weather.
It's been nice weather. And so the these animals can
wafting.
smell the wafting bread. So
And the moldy cheese.
So the possum and
Oh, no.
and by the way, this is 6-8 feet off the ground where this window is because it's 5 steps up into the house.
Wow. They're
It
very
just so happens though
resourceful animals.
we have a fake palm tree with like wire leaves right
Easy
next to
climbing.
that window.
Easy
climbing
For a possum.
for a possum.
Oh, my gosh.
Possum tears through the screen, climbs up. That you saw that little screen, not screen, but the thing in front of the window. Climbed over that, found the bread.
And was having a feast.
Had a feast for how long?
Well, you were at the ranch.
I was at the ranch.
Wow.
We were at the ranch for a week.
Were there droppings about?
There were no droppings.
Well, that's good news there. So he may not have been there that long.
We
then.
searched and searched for. So anyway, never answered the question.
So you took, you got gloves and you got a coat, and then Dodie said, we're not doing it that way.
Dodie says we're not doing it that way. She goes. We have baby gates because we have used to have Great Danes. And
no.
So we set a baby gate on the one side of the doorway.
You're gonna hurt
the doorway
him.
into the house. No. Set the doorway into the house so that the animal wouldn't get into the house.
That's good news.
And opened up the back door.
And said,
Opened up the back door and locked the storm door open. And
said adios, possum.
So she goes to the closet and gets broomsticks.
Broomsticks, not just a broom.
She gets one and gives me one. I say, what the heck am I going to do?
Beat it to death? Well, I mean, that's an option.
So we open the window. And
from whence he came.
From whence he came, open the vent to the window to see if we can't get him to go right out the same way he came in. And we'll be right back. You're watching Big Talk with
You're leaving me in suspenders.
I am leaving you
in suspenders.
Yes, I am. This is a professional move, baby.
Good move.
We'll be right back.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic Famous Maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
But that's his legacy. I mean, that is his legacy.
Good for him. I mean,
bless his heart.
If I could do it, I would too.
Sure.
Or that part of it.
Now, meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the.
Okay, so
we're back at the possum story.
Possum story. We flipped the window up, right?
Okay.
The screen.
That's where
because the window's already up.
That appears to where the possum came in.
We're
nearest the bread box.
Yeah, nearest the bread box.
And the possum's not doing a lot of activity now.
Possum at this point is not acting. He's acting like
a possum.
Maybe they won't see me.
Oh, okay.
You know, he realizes that
playing dead,
but he's not flipped over or anything. But he's sitting there. He's not moving. But you can tell he's awake and seeing us.
Okay.
All right. So
but didn't take off running. Not scared.
So I
broomsticks.
I move I move things. So we have the broomsticks out and try to steer him toward the window. Leaps off the bread box, the bread basket, out of the bread basket, jumps down to where the little space between the stove and the wall.
Oh, no.
And my first thought is, oh, dear God, he's going behind the stove.
And we'll be there forever.
We'll be there forever until we have to move the stove out.
Move, period.
Or move. He didn't. He stayed right there, down there in that little spot. So I moved the bread box, the bread box was sitting on, the whole thing, basically created a pathway for him to the door. Because now he's on the floor, right?
Sure.
He's no longer in the bread box near the window. I'm wanting to steer him out the door.
This is too. You making this up? But go ahead.
I'm not making this up. So here come the from one side comes one broomstick.
Yeah.
The other side comes the other broomstick, trying to steer him out. He comes out and he tears out for the other door where we had the baby
gates.
And that's my side. That's where I am.
Oh no.
He's on the baby gate, right?
And you're fear he's going to run up your leg.
I don't care about I don't think he's going to run up my leg because I've got the broomstick down there. In mid motion, I spin the broomstick. I want the broom side down now.
Yes.
I'm not just poking. I want the broom side. Dodie sees me do that. She spins her broomstick. The doggone thing gets stopped by the gate. And I've got this broomstick going like I'm a hockey sticking him. Like, I'm hockey sticking him. I'm hockey sticking him toward the door. And Dodie starts hockey sticking him toward the door. And finally, after probably 15 or 20 pretty nervous seconds, because he tried to go out the thing. He tried to go into the house twice instead of going out the door.
It's comfortable and there's food in there.
There is food in there and it's comfortable. He wanted to into the house.
Can't blame him. However, so you got two broomsticks, no waiting.
Two broomsticks, playing hockey with them, and we finally hockey the thing out the door.
And he takes off and never to be seen again?
Takes off probably into my carport.
I doubt it because there's no food in there.
There's no food in my carport.
Did you re-secure the window a little better?
Well, yeah, we closed it.
That is hilarious.
We closed the window. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wildlife.
Have you ever had a possum in your house?
I have not, to my knowledge. Ever.
I've had possums in the carport and in the storage facility.
I've had them in my garage. I've had them never in the house. So that's a good one.
That was a new one.
Well, yeah, little vermin. They're not vermin, though, are they? They're kind of.
They eat ticks. That's the cool thing.
Well, that's good. You don't have any ticks in your house now.
I do not have any ticks.
Well, that's a good
in my house. Yeah, I'm sitting there looking to see.
And you took a picture of the possum.
Give you the other, the look of the possum right there. Yeah, there he is.
There he is. He's a sweetheart.
The bread box. You got Dodie Smokes down there.
You didn't smoke any, did you?
He didn't. So we don't think he had any of the smokes.
That is awesome.
See, that's the interesting thing.
Have you named him?
Is he climbed over that, he climbed over that thing right there.
That's a great possum picture.
I'm very proud.
Wasn't there a song, Dead Possum in the Middle of the Road, Stinking to High Heaven?
I vaguely remember that song.
Dead Possum in the Middle of the Road, Stinking to High Heaven.
Yeah.
Wow, well, it's a great story. Tender fall story.
Uncle Skeet probably.
Yeah, I wish I had an Uncle Skeet story, but I don't think I do.
How you doing on the, by the way, are you enjoying the roving editor job now that you're a few months into it?
I actually really do enjoy it. I have a lot of freedom to search things out, and you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of freedom to do that. No real assignments, if you want to know the truth. But my strength, and I'm not bragging, but my strength is having a lot of contacts and being able to research stories as they progress. In other words, just because somebody gets arrested doesn't mean that's the end of the story at all. Right. So I try to follow those cases along. I got a couple of fairly big ones that are going on. There's a guy from Grayville that's going to be sentenced next week for like 20 some odd cases of child sexual abuse. That's a uplifting story there, but he's going to be sentenced.
Then you have the other one in Grayville, probably the gal who drove to the...
Oh, yeah, we got Kimberly Clerk, who, by the way, she's the one that allegedly shot the store clerk at the Road Ranger in Grayville during a holdup.
Wow.
Kimberly Clerk from St. Louis. That case is about to come to a conclusion because, and again, this is called following a story. And so when you read the docket entries on some of these cases, it will give you some clues of what's going on. Yeah. So the state's attorney, not the state's attorney, the judge in a docket entry said, they canceled the final pretrial and the trial date because the state and the defense are coming very close to reaching a conclusion in the case. Really? So I expect there will be a plea agreement and sentencing within the next week or so.
Well, good.
I think on the 11th is what that's going to be. So you got to follow those cases.
The poor gal who she got shot in the leg?
No, she got shot in the chest.
Oh, really?
She got shot in the chest and very lucky to be alive.
She doesn't have to. She hopefully won't have to testify.
I hope not. And I can guarantee you that any deal that is cut will be cut with her approval.
Yeah.
The state doesn't. They have a victims advocate that talks with the victims on this before anything like this ever occurs. And a lot of people don't know that.
I was interested in your story about how I think you did the story about how the bond issue, the bail.
Yeah, the bail issue is an interesting thing that Illinois got rid of cash bonds, so doesn't mean you're not going to get arrested and put in jail. Okay, there are some more minor cases that we just literally get booked and given a notice to appear in court. Others, you're going to stay in jail until you have a detention hearing, and in that detention hearing, the judge can decide that you're a danger to the clear and present danger to the community. You're not getting out of jail pending trial, period, end of report. But then they have a right to appeal that decision through an appellate defender. And that's the case that's going on with Mr. Tucker, who is accused of killing the young Carter boy in the motorcycle crash.
Oh, yes.
He has been denied pretrial release, so he's in custody, but he has an appellate defender who has filed a motion to grant release pretrial. So I mean that's the reality of this.
How is the bail thing working? I mean, it's been
a lot of jails emptied out
now.
A lot of jails emptied out, and in the words of Sheriff Chris Odie, and he's right about this. Jails that didn't empty out, but a lot of people did get released because everybody in jail had to have a hearing. Okay, and a lot of them were released. And knowing Wayne County and just any county, these people are going to reoffend.
Yeah.
And they're going to come right back. So the jail is going to empty out and it's going to fill back up. And it's going to stay fuller because if you have these people that are denied pretrial release, they're staying there until trial. And that
might be a while.
Could be at least 180 days, could be longer than that, could be a year, depending on how long it takes the state to prosecute and a trial to happen.
Well, Lynn, I appreciate you coming up here and updating us on all this.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, man.
A lot of stuff going on. Exactly right. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Lynn, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me up, man.
We'll have you up again soon. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.